Wait, sir. Wait.
ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋನ್ ಇಡ್ರಿ ಒಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾದಲ್ಲೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ
ಹಳೆಯ ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳ ಬಳಗವನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟುಹಾಕುವ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಯಿತು. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಸವ ಪೂರ್ವ ಅಡೆತಡೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬಂದ ಕೂಸಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲತಾ ರಾಜಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿ ನಾಮಕರಣವೂ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಂತೆ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 24, 2005 ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿ ಬಳಗ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮ ಪುನರ್ಮಿಲನ ಸಂಭ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿತು. ಇದೀಗ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಗಿಲಾದ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿಗೂ ಅವರ ಕುಟುಂಬ ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೂ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸಮಿತಿಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿ 2012 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, Dr. Rathnakar. Remember and relive the good old days and to relish yesterday and rejoice. Call our distinguished chief guest of the evening, Dr. Shantram Shetty, to please. Next, we call upon our beloved Vice President, Dr. Rajshekar, to the dais. Secretary, Reception Committee, Dr. Ramesh.
आनन्दमद्वैतपूर्णम् अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम.
Shantram Shetty to please do.
This is all the best. Put it inside. Great.
Sammilana. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Snehasiri 1965 ಮೈಸೂರು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳ ಒಕ್ಕೂಟ. ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅಥವಾ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟು ಸೇರಿ ಈ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯದ ಸಮ್ಮಿಲನದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಜೀವನದ ಸಾವಿನ ನೆನಪುಗಳನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾ 1-2 ದಿನ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಳೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಂತಸದ ಅನುಭವ. ಈ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಸೂರು, ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಕುಂದಾಪುರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂತಹ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆದಿವೆ. 2012ರ ಈ ಸ್ನೇಹಕೂಟ ಈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕಡಲ ತೀರದ ನಗರ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿ ಹಾಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಈ ಕರಾವಳಿ ನಗರ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೇಧಾವಿ ವೈದ್ಯ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಪಡೆದವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಾಂತಾರಾಮ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ನೇಹಸಿರಿಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ 2 ದಿನ ಮೀಸಲಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮೊಡನೆ ಈ ಸಂತಸದ ಕೂಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಲು ನಮ್ಮೂರಿನ ಕುರಿತ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳು. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿದಂತೆ ಈ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಒಂದು ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ಎಂದು ಚರಿತ್ರೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಭಾಷೆಗಳು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಣಸಿಗದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಜನಾಂಗಗಳು ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣರು, ಗೌಡ ಸಾರಸ್ವತ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣರು, ಬಂಟರು, ಬಿಲ್ಲವರು. ಕನ್ನಡ, ಬ್ಯಾರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಉರ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಭಾಷೆಗಳು. ಆದರೆ ತುಳು ಅರ್ಥವಾಗದವರು ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆನಂದಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮಂಗಳೂರನ್ನು ತುಳುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೊಂಕಣಿಯವರು ಕೊಡಿಯಾಲ ಎನ್ನುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಎರಡು ನದಿಗಳು ಗುರುಪುರ ನೇತ್ರಾವತಿ ಕೂಡುವ ಜಾಗವೆಂದು ಈ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟಿರಬಹುದು. ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬರದಿಂದ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, enjoy your stay. Have a nice time.
Great personality like Dr. Shantaram Shetty to this August gathering. Professor Dr. M. Shantaram Shetty, MBBS, MS Ortho, FICS Ortho, FIAMS, was born on 14th April 1942. His early education began in convent school. Post completion of his college degree at St. Aloysius College, Mangalore, he pursued his MBBS degree at prestigious 70 for his MS Orthopedics and became a full-fledged fellow of the International College of Surgeons in 1975 and fellow of International Academy of Cosmetic Surgery in 1976. Dr. Shantaram Shetty has more than 35 years of teaching experience. He joined as a professor and became the head of the orthopedics department and went on to become the director of postgraduate studies at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, and has rendered more than 20 years of service. He was the first Vice Chancellor of New Nitya University and at present Pro-Chancellor of the Nitya Education Trust. He was Dean of the K.S. Segade Medical Academy and retired from Chema.
batch.
65. On the left, one who almost looks like Indira Gandhi's hairstyle with a middle graying, and who is a great friend of mine, and we have been practicing here together for the last 40 years. And professorial looking Subodh, he is a relative of mine, and he has done well by himself, not only in obstetrics gynecology, even in bird watching. And he has been in Kundapur, my own place, for the last 30 years and made a name for himself. It has been a great pleasure to be here this evening and meet the old timers. I vividly or very definitely sometimes remember many of the faces. We were interns, just passed out, or some of us who have lost 6 months were in the final year when your batch came in and joined the Mysore Medical, because those who were from South Canada we knew even otherwise, and I see many of our old friends here. But what remarkable changes have taken place in each one of us is really. Age is a natural phenomenon, except perhaps old wood and old wine. Everyone as you go old, the age tells on us. I still remember my own batch. Just 2 years ago, we met in Bangalore, and one of our own classmates, he came in, and he was looking pretty old, and the other batchmates was Dr. Siddhappa, and the other one was our Malige nursing home, Sriram was telling him, ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥಾಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. But without realizing, he was also looking equally older, much older. So each one of us do not realize that we are getting old, because every day we see in the mirror and they think it is going on. But only when somebody sees after 20 years or after 15 years, we realize that we really are getting old. But getting old is a great phenomenon. It is a great pleasure that there's something we have done in life and we have reached that particular stage. And what is important is how many steps we have left behind in the saga of time to remember, to emulate, and to understand and take pleasure out of it each year which we have passed through ever since our passing out. I still remember my batchmates of 19. We had a fantastic batch. We had 89 boys and 11 girls. And we remembered every one of the girls. I do not know whether the girls remember what they are doing. What is unique about Mysore Medical College is that it is a college with an admixture of friendliness. There is no bigness or smallness, which we see in many of the sophisticated private colleges. I was associated with the private college for the last 40 years, both Kasturba, then there is always, whereas Mysore Medical College, it is everybody is equal, and most of them, most of them have done extremely well because we understand the feeling of another human being. We understand the pain of another human being. We understand that the patient who comes to us comes with some pain, and the pain has to be relieved. That was mainly because I feel because of our teachers, because of the teachers. Come back. All the senior most professors, Dr. Lalita Linger, were all no more in cultural activities, and at the same time very strict. I still remember whether it is Shakers, whether it is each one of you have done extremely well because we understand human beings. But what irks many times is it's a great institution. We had our the first batch that was in the first get together that was in just before the building was built. Our batch gave considerable amount of money because out of 100 students, 42 are in the United States of America. So when I visit, I will still see my old friends. When they come back, they visit us. And most of them except few like me are still working. Most of them have retired. But my plea to each one of you: don't retire. Don't absolutely retire. Retirement will bring you aging. Do something in the sense professionally. Do something so that you are at it. At least see 2 patients a day. It is the grand day in that. So each one of you will share the same thing with me. We had a get together in Mysore. That was about 12 years ago when we were in third year. And those days, when I visited for a lecture after nearly 4 years, in the bathroom was stinking. It was not really maintained well. So we will have to wake up. You are all very influential people in your own society. You are all influential people in your own area. So we should wake up the government to do whatever they can in this area. Medical education has a very important role to play, and it is a great institution. And like Harvard or Stanford or Oxford or Cambridge, it came up not because of the old students. They were the government has to play an important role. We old students can play a good. We love the institution, but the government has to play a very important role. So my plea is, visit your institution again. And bless you. And bless you. Thank you. What should I have?
Our chief guest to give away the mementos to each members of Snehasiri, and as you come.